Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Her Dreams, and welcome to your reading. I am so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Ashe. Thank you, Spirit. You burn brightest. You shine brightest when you flow how you want to flow. You're free. And Divine wants you to remember that you're free. You don't have to do anything the way that somebody else expects you to. Even when you're within the guidelines, like when you decide to color in the lines, you can use the colors that you want to use. You can do it the way that you want to. You can put your stamp on it. You can put your twist on it. There's something that you're going to bring your particular signature to. You're going to infuse it with your energy. 133 on the timer. This could be something like, the word dispute is coming through. Like a dispute between you and a group of people. Do it the way you want to do it. Do it the way you want to do it. Because honestly, your way is the best way. That's for whoever this resonates with and whoever this message is meant for at this time. Your way, the way that you want to do it, is the best way. It's the right way too. There might be something about someone else wanting to do something outside of regulation. Now, I'm not always a stickler for regulations, but sometimes they are necessary. And sometimes they do protect us, you know. Sometimes it's too much, but in this case, it's like someone is supposed to be doing something in a way that protects people. And that's how you want to do it. You want to protect something, but you also want to be free. Something about reasonable boundaries. You have reasonable boundaries. You have healthy boundaries. And somebody wants to tell you that, like, and it may not even be that they're saying it. It's what they've insinuated or what you might be picking up on, you know? Somebody may not have even said something, but you're picking up on how this person feels. You might be picking up on psychic. This is your psychic intuition coming through. But you're going to do it the way that you're led to do it. Because it's the right way. It's the best way. Some stayed in the box. Oh, some people wanted to stay in the box. This could be about like you wanting to do something a certain way and then other people are grouping together. Some people want to stay in the box, but you want to be free. But it's something about you're doing it the right way. You're doing it actually the safest way. What is this, Spirit? Okay, this stayed on the table. Strength. Yeah, you're going to have to use your strength here. 414 on the timer. You're going to have to tap into your strength. It's like your ability to set boundaries and to believe in those boundaries when other people are like giving you side eye. But you know what? I know you've been picking up on a lot of things intuitively in this situation, but what I'm picking up on is that even though somebody or some people might be giving you side eye, making you feel like, or trying to make you feel like maybe you're doing it the wrong way, what they're really thinking is, I like what they're doing. I low-key agree with them. But it's like they feel pressured to do it a different way. They feel pressure to go with the crowd. You're unique and you're strong, but low-key people are agreeing with you, but they're too afraid to step out and step up and say that. Intention. Yeah, you set a good intention. Like, your intentions are good. But I'm getting with this jellyfish energy, there are other people who are just like, you know how jellyfish don't have a backbone? So they're just like, look, you got the lion, or actually it's the tiger, but I saw it as the lion because that's on the traditional tarot card for strength. But the reason why this is the tiger for strength is because the tiger is divine feminine strength. Yeah, okay. So Leo is like divine masculine strength. The tiger is divine feminine strength. That's the connection I make, okay? So you're in your divine feminine strength. Doesn't matter what your gender is. And you're standing up against people who don't have a backbone. Now, you might not be like confronting them or attacking them. I don't see you as attacking them. Look at this tiger. Like, they're cool, calm, and collected. But they're a tiger. Like, don't get it twisted. There's a whole lot of strength that people might forget that this tiger has. Because this tiger is cool, calm, and collected. But at the end of the day, they're still a tiger. Tony the tiger. Somebody's name might be Tony, Antonio. Yeah, I'm thinking Tony, the singing group. There's somebody here who doesn't want to follow the rules. And you do, but it's something about the rules being the right way. But you also are about freedom. It's like, it's very beautiful, your energy, because the only reason in this situation that you're standing by the rules is because the rules are right. And that's what actually protects someone or a population, a group of people. But you're actually a very free spirit. It's so cool. Aww. You've got the power of the moon behind you. I'm seeing this as a full moon behind you. The reason why you have this strength is because you've had a lot of loss in your life. There are a lot of things that you've had to let go of. And so you've gotten really good at using your voice and standing firm in your strength. And so there are people who have no backbone. They're like jellyfish out here. And just like jellyfish, you see through them. You know they don't have a backbone. And they feel seen. They feel exposed. Because being right next to your strength that they just sense about you, they feel weak. And that's one reason why they might not stand up and say, yes, I agree with you. Now, there could be somebody who's agreeing with you, but Divine says that you're in the right. No matter who is voicing their agreement with you or not, you're right. And there are more people who agree with you and see your point of view than they would let on. They're just scared. They're jellyfish. They're scared. Yeah. You're supported by the ancestors. For me, hummingbirds are the ancestors. Also cardinals. Yeah. I was just thinking about the hummingbirds that stay around in my yard. Because I put nectar out for them in a jar. You might want to offer something to your ancestors. If you haven't, okay? You might already do this. Divine is saying to believe in what you believe in. Like, believe in it. You're right. This is just confirmation. Also, there's something that you're being guided to do quickly. Both of these animals, hummingbirds and rabbits, make quick movements. So there's something that you're being guided to do quickly. You might be setting boundaries very quickly, whereas before in the past it took a while, but now you're like, I'm speaking up for myself. This is what it is. I'm not gonna do that. I will do that, but I won't do that. You know, it's like you're speaking up for yourself more rapidly because you believe in yourself. That's what happens when you believe in yourself. You have the energy to stand up for yourself. Okay, they said that's it for that one. Thank you, Divine. Ooh, so Spirit said let's go to this deck to see someone's intentions, because the intention card came through. So Divine, what are the intentions of the people around this beautiful being that we need to know? They're the intentions that we need to know. Great news. Okay. I have something amazing to tell you. Somebody has some really great news. I feel like what I first thought of in that moment was a lot more people agree with you than what they're letting on. Loan. I'm in need of financial assistance. Somebody needs some assistance. Okay, now this could be that there's something that you have been desiring and it's going to come through. You're going to receive this feels like wealth of some sort, a financial blessing. If you have any like credit card debt or maybe a bill that you've needed to pay off, it's something that was loaned, it's something that you owe, and you're going to receive a financial blessing that will help you to clear that. What else, Spirit? Yeah, ooh, look at this. So I do feel like there's somebody around you who wants something. Oh look, I have a hostile attitude, and then vent. I have to get this off my chest. Check in. Unsolicited advice. Yeah, so there's somebody who the way that they see a situation is that you have much more than they do. I'm hearing you're more prepared than I am. It's like you know your stuff. Whatever it is that you do, whatever situation this is, maybe it's a work environment. This person feels like you are better prepared and you're more knowledgeable about whatever it is that you do for work. If you live in a community together, maybe you are neighbors. This person feels like you run a home better than they do. This person feels like you're a better homeowner, a better decorator, a better, for some of you, caretaker if you have children, a better parent, a better wife, husband, girlfriend, boyfriend. Whatever role it is that you fulfill in your life and this person is in as well, they feel and they think constantly that you do it better than they do. Yes, this is true. But one reason why this is true is because this person is always so insecure, and so they don't believe in themselves enough to actually improve and to grow, right? This is a person who's truly unfriendly. Now, whereas you're getting great news about some sort of financial blessing, this is pertaining to a loan or some debt that you owe. Take what resonates. Or a bill that you want to pay off. You're going to receive some sort of good news about a financial blessing, okay? But this person owes money. Divine, please. Okay, they said the crows. All right. Let's put you over here. Let's get some clarity on this financial situation, Spirit. And whatever it is that this person wants to vent about, that they're wanting to check in with the Divine Collective. What is this? Yeah, Seven of Swords. So unfriendly, vent, check in. This person is a liar. The past card was at the bottom there. Yep, see, past. So this person did something really shady to you in the past with the Seven of Swords. They did something really shady. It's like they want to get this off their chest. You know what it is? This person sees you living in your great news. They see you in great energy. They see you getting blessings. In fact, this person may have already witnessed you getting some sort of financial blessing or experiencing some sort of growth. And they feel so bad about this because they're confused about it. They're unfriendly, and that's saying the least, because they've been sending Seven of Swords energy with lies, deceit, trickery, and now they want to vent about it. Now they want to like spill the beans. They want to tell you everything. They want to vent to you and check in. And you know what I'm getting is with unsolicited advice, this person wants your help now. The nerve. Why? Because they're in a tower. 16. We're in minute 16 on the clock. They're in a tower. So the people around you, whatever other people there are around you, they agree with you about whatever this was that there was a disagreement about. But they're jellyfish. So they're too scared to stand up and say, we agree with the Divine Collective. But they're just sitting back and low-key like, Divine Collective is looking real good. Yeah, you're looking good because you haven't been in the Seven of Swords. What else about this? Yeah. So with the Two of Wands, this person that wants to come to you, well, I'm seeing this as crossroads energy. They want to make a move, but they don't know which way to go. They want to make plans, but they're confused. Why are they confused, Spirit? And why do they want to come to the Divine Collective? Wow. Death, the Lovers, and Page of Wands. So that's how this person was attacking you with the Seven of Swords. I'm getting literally that they were speaking endings to whatever love and unions are in your life. This could be a romantic partnership. This could be your soul's purpose with the Lovers. You know that the Lovers can also mean your union within yourself. Everything that this person tried to speak into existence in your world, they're seeing the complete opposite. And that's why they feel the very same way that they were trying to make you feel. Whatever it is that they were trying to manifest for you, they have manifested it for themselves. Please clarify the Page of Wands, Spirit. They're burdened by whatever messages it was that they were putting out there about you. Look, that crow, it's like they're talking. This person was speaking very fiery words about you. They were putting very, I was seeing benevolent, malevolent, benevolent, malevolent. It's like when you were around, this person was, oh, you're just so wonderful. You are just so great. I see what you're doing. Da, 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 da. It was an act because behind your back, they were speaking death. But now they're in the Ten of Wands because of what they said. The messages that they spread about you now feel like a huge burden to them, and they have to carry that around. This could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but it doesn't have to be. I just feel like this person was extremely motivated and passionate. They were very passionate. Why were they so motivated to speak this venom? Oh, because they felt rejected. Four of Cups. They could have felt rejected by you or by someone else. Oh, I just laid this on the Lovers. I didn't even realize that. But you know what? Okay. The reason why they wanted to speak death to beautiful things in your life is because whatever it was in their life that they felt was comparable, at least it could have even been because of an illusion. So let's say if you have a marriage or a relationship with someone and they have a marriage or a relationship with someone, their relationship was in this energy over and done a long time ago, long before they started plotting against you with the Seven of Swords, long before they started plotting against you. This person felt so rejected by life. They felt that life itself had rejected them because their lover has rejected them. And see, the thing about it is I keep seeing the word illusion, illusion, illusion. Also, that Page of Wands, I saw benevolent, malevolent, benevolent, malevolent. So this person is all about illusions. So they could appear to have a certain life. They could appear to have a relationship. But it's like, it's something about the people in their life just put up with them. But they drive people away because of their insecurity. Also, this person feels rejected by you. So whatever reason it is that you needed to create distance with this person, that's the same reason why other people need to create distance with this person. Okay? It could have something to do with the fact that they're coming through as extremely fake. You know? Anything else here, Spirit? Okay, they said that's it for that. What else do we need to know here, Divine? From the extra deck? There's something shocking. Is there something shocking here, Spirit? What's shocking? Oh, this person is living in scarcity and they feel like they're losing it. If you've noticed flies and gnats in your zone, those are monitoring, well, it's the energy of monitoring spirits, okay? So it's just Divine's way of letting you know that this person or people associated with them are trying to spy and tap into your energy. They could be trying to do this with readings, or they could be spying on you in any way that they have access to you, whether it's in the physical realm, if they're able to keep an eye on you, or if you post online, if you have a platform or something like that. But this person is in a state of lack, poverty, and struggle. And that's exactly, yeah, look at that. That's exactly what they wanted to put on you. They could be drinking a lot. This could be a third wheel situation. This could, for some of you, involve siblings. But I'm also getting the energy of like having inappropriate, this person having inappropriate relationships with family members. Since, look, it's the third wheel card right next to the siblings card. That does not look right. And Candle Magick. So this could be a person who is trying to clear their energy by lighting candles. I mean, hey, the candle magic is great as long as you're doing the work to back it up. You know? I don't get that feeling here. It feels like this person is doing everything to just cast illusions, but they're not doing the actual work that it takes to set things right, or to be honest with themselves about who they are. What do they want from the Divine Collective? Okay, so we've got substances here. They might be curious about something regarding like what you're taking in, if anything. I mean, that's what's coming from this person. So they're just nosy. They want to know what you're doing. You know what I just got? Oh my gosh. This person sees you living so well. They're like, they must be on something. Yeah, you're on your spiritual A game. Okay? That's what you're on. Yeah, stalker, spy, surveil, invasion of privacy. They see you living so well. And this person is so surprised because they were in a third wheel or third party situation. And so they thought the more the merrier. There's something about them thinking that opening up their energy sexually and being open, or too open, I'm hearing, that was going to end well for them. And they realize now that they couldn't have been more mistaken. Okay, maybe that's something that you were like, look, I'm not doing that. Because it came through that there's something that you want to have freedom, but you want to follow the rules. So maybe these are about your own personal rules. Maybe this person wanted you to do things that you didn't agree with, and you're like, I'm not doing it. Because you know what works for you. You're wise. What needs to be known here, Spirit? Oh, okay, this person is involved in fraud. They commit fraud. They could have a fraudulent business. They could have fraudulent identifications. They could have committed mortgage fraud, tax evasion, tax fraud, insurance fraud, check fraud, bank fraud, identity theft. Identity theft. What else about this do we need to know, Spirit? They may have tried this with you. Oh, wow. So they tried this too. And that makes sense because this person seems to be obsessed about knowing about substances. But it appears as though that's a trick they tried on you in the past, putting some sort of substance in something that you were consuming. They live in excess. They did something too much. Like they went too far. It could be that there's something that this person did. Not all of these things, because some of these things just they never should have done. Like having inappropriate relations with family members. Like, no, that's a 0%. That's where we need to be with that. Okay. But there are some things like maybe if this person does drink, okay, maybe they could drink, you know, because it's different for everybody. For some people, they can't drink at all because it just doesn't agree with their system, or it puts them in a bad frequency. Some people can drink from time to time and it's okay. Some people can drink a couple times a week and it's okay. But it's like this person does something in excess. So instead of having 1 or 2 drinks, they have 8 or 9, you know. And it's because they're trying to relieve themselves of the pressure that they're feeling, the energy that they've invited into their life. What else needs to be known here, Spirit? You're living gratefully with gratitude. That's another reason why this person is like, Divine Collective is living so beautifully. They must be on something. Yeah, you're on gratitude. You're on that gratitude frequency. Okay. What else, Spirit? What else do we need to know here? This person is easily distracted. A message about distractions came through, well, I don't know when you're seeing this, but this morning or earlier this afternoon, I posted in the community tab, And the first card on the reading says distraction. It's in the Crow Oracle deck. And it says that there's somebody who was causing lots of distractions. You don't have to worry about them. They're not an issue anymore. And so that's how things, because I'm getting that. It came to mind for a reason in this reading. Thank you, Spirit. If this person was a distraction for you, or their shenanigans were a distraction for you in the past, you don't have to worry about that anymore. But this person is easily distracted. So it's really crazy because they were trying to be a distraction for you so that you wouldn't be able to focus on your gratitude and on the beautiful things that you have going on in your life. They wanted to distract you from your lover's energy. More than likely with some kind of pitiful third party, third wheel kind of type nonsense. You know what I mean? But here they are, head in the clouds. And it's okay to have your head in the clouds, but what are you daydreaming about? They're plotting, they're planning, and they're also feeling very guilty, ashamed of what they did to try to plot and plan against you. But I have a feeling that they feel guilty because you know who they are. Yeah, because you know the truth. That's why they feel guilty. It's because you know the truth. You vibe with justice. And also this is justice. I mean, it just is. They wanted a shortcut. They wanted to take the elevator instead of the stairs. You've been doing the work. You've been putting the work in to improve, to grow, to strengthen yourself. Look, that was the first card that came out. Okay, it shows 31. What was that? 3151 on the timer. It shows what you've been doing. With 3151, that's 4 and 6. So you're protected and you're getting what you deserve. There's reciprocity in your life, and that's what this person does not have in theirs. Yeah, this person is insincere. This is the second card that came through for scarcity. Look, they're insincere. They're wearing a mask. Remember, I said benevolent, malevolent. Benevolent, malevolent. Malevolent. Okay, so 1 minute they're singing your praises, and that's when they're in front of you. And then the next minute they were talking about you behind your back. So they don't even know who they are. They don't know who they want it to be to you. They just wanted to be on some sort of pedestal. But now they're in a scarcity mentality. That's the second card for scarcity. This person feels like they have nothing. I have nothing, nothing if I don't have you. So this person, they feel like they don't have the people in their life that they want. But the only reason they're focused on who they have and don't have is because they don't have a strong sense of who they are. So they focus on who's in their life or who's not in their life. That's one reason why they took the rejection from you so hard, because they feel like they need you. You know, it's like you've gone through situations in life where you felt like you didn't have anybody. That came through, that you may have had a lot of losses in your life. And so you've developed a strong sense of gratitude. It's like where you are now is not where you used to be. So you did not take the elevator. You took the steps. So you have this natural sense of gratitude about you. And so you don't focus on scarcity. But that's exactly where this person is. And they feel like they're losing it. You're resourceful. You're resourceful. You make a way out of no way where there appears to be no possible way. No possible way. I was about to say no possibility. 3444. You make a way. And you use lots of different things to assist you. You gather resources from nature. You might work with natural elements, natural resources. Earth, air, fire, water, spirit. Also, you're very much in tune with spirit. But whoever this is trying to come to you. Not only are they insincere, but they sugarcoat things. And so when they come to you, because they are trying to connect with you, all right? They're not honest enough to receive any help and to truly benefit from any help that they would ask for. So basically, they would just be coming to you to get in your energy. They're not really coming to you for help. They might cry. They might shed some crocodile tears. They might try to convince you that they need help, and they would ask for help in an area that you are extremely strong in, that you are extremely wise, because it's something that you've already demonstrated that you are a boss at. Whether it's your resourcefulness, okay, they're going to come to you and ask for some sort of resource. It could be a spiritual resource. It could be that they want you to do some spiritual work for them. It could be that they want help with their finances, or some sort of, like, I'm getting advice for a business, okay, if you have a business, or it could be about something creatively. They might ask you how to share something creatively if you share things. It could be something about your job, work related. It could be something about your home and family life, because it came through that whatever it is that this person seems to have that's similar to what you have, first of all, is nothing alike. Okay? But they do feel that you are so much better at it. Like, in that way, they're right. Okay? But they're also extremely insecure. And they don't really want to fix the situation. They just want to get in your energy. And that's their way of, quote unquote, humbling themselves. Like, oh, you just do so well with this. Can I please get some help? Because, oh, I just don't know what I'm doing. But it's an act. They know that you're much better at it, but they don't really want to improve. And whatever advice you would give them, they're not going to take it. They're not going to take it. So yes, they are in scarcity, but they don't want to do any work. So I would suggest, like, what's coming through is that you don't have the time or energy to give to this person. You know, you could be over in the corner looking at your shadow. That would be time spent much better than spending it with this person. Okay, you would definitely be better off doing that than entertaining anything that this person has to say. Yes, staring at your shadow. I'm so serious. Because look, that could be meditation. What is this person going to do for you? All they want to do is reel you back into some nonsense. Like, all they came through was 7 of Swords. Scarcity mentality. 2 cards for that. This person is the same exact person they were when they tried to hurt you. But they're going to try to swear up and down that they've changed. But they're still going to do it in some sort of, like, half-assed way where they're really not trying. But it's going to sound different from how they normally talk, because it's going to be like, oh, they're admitting that they don't have it all together. Well, you can see that. They know you know that. Alchemizing confusion into clarity. That's right. You have the clarity that you need about this person. And if they try to project their energy towards you, Divine says just don't react right away. Don't feel pressured to react right away. Because whatever boldness that is that came through at the beginning, where you're like, Spirit was like, do it your way. Like, your way is the right way. Somebody wants to throw shade and act like, But really, this person knows that they need your help. This person knows that you're doing things the right way. They may have called you a goody two-shoes. They may have called you something about like overbearing. Something about overbearing. It's not that you're overbearing, it's that you care. It's that you care. It's that you show love. This person would say that Jesus walks on water wrong. They would find any reason to criticize somebody that makes them feel insecure. If you cooked a great meal, they'd be like, oh, but it's a little too hot. You know? Come on. Yeah, now this person is stuck in the energy of the 5. Okay? It's like they constantly need to change, but the reason why that 5, because this is card number 5 here, right? The reason why that 5 for them is never going to change to a 6 to get what they deserve, or you know, to like 6 of Swords, going to calmer waters, is because they're not honest enough with themselves. They constantly sugarcoat things. Okay? And also I'm seeing that with this eye, like when they should have their eyes closed to focus on themselves, they're always peeking and looking at somebody else. With that stalker card, they always have their eyes on someone else. Which is another reason why they want to come to you, is just to get in your business. They want to ask questions. They want to know what's going on with you. And this is coming through. For some of you, this will resonate. The more that you don't let this person in, they could get hostile. But that's their problem. Okay? They're just mad because they're bitter that they feel rejected. By who? The world. Yeah. They feel like the whole world has been like, no thank you. And it's because so many people can pick up on the fact that this person is stuck in like a realm of fakeness. It's like they have their own little world where everything is just plastic and not real. You know, and you're over here learning, loving, growing, doing you, being you, creating, you know? Okay, let's see what Divine is bringing through for you, beautiful being, as we close this message. Yeah, I would say stay on your intended path of travel, beautiful being. Don't get distracted by this person because they have not changed a bit, but they are plotting and planning just as much as they plotted to try to bring endings into your world. They're plotting now to try to just get a way in. Thank you, Spirit. What's coming through for this beautiful being? Blessings. Okay. And why are you experiencing these beautiful blessings? Because you have accepted your path. You're honest with yourself about your true feelings, the way that you feel about things. You don't sugarcoat things. You're honest with yourself, and so you're able to reap so many blessings because you accept life as it is. You do manifest, but see that state of gratitude that you're in? It's gratitude and truth that really is coming through here. This is what really keeps you solid. Your gratitude and your alignment with truth. It's so refreshing. It's so refreshing. And other people, these jellyfish that came out, they don't have the backbone to say that they love the way that you live, but they love the way that you live. They admire it, but they don't have the courage to join you. That's okay. They can admire from afar. They can admire from afar. And I feel like whoever this person is, they need to stay away. They need to keep their distance because if there's any inspiration that they should get from you, it can just be while they watch you. But I don't feel like they need to be up in your energy because that feels very heavy. Remember, they're carrying the 10 of Wands. They're extremely burdened. So, since they haven't changed, you don't deserve to have those burdens put on your plate. Because their intentions are not good. Okay? But yours are. And so Divine is encouraging you to remain aligned with truth and with gratitude. And you're going to keep winning. Ashe. Thank you, Spirit, for these messages. I'm so grateful that you allow them to flow through me. And thank you, beautiful being, for taking the time to tune in. I really appreciate your time. I appreciate your likes, your kind comments, your hypes, your shares, your donations. I feel like there's something else. But whatever good energy you bring to this space, I am so thankful. I love you. I wish you peace. I wish you joy and so many blessings.